now we are gonna build the drop. I'm thinking first, like this one. I don't think we have anything here, so I'm gonna move the verse a little bit so that we have a little bit space here. Maybe here. We can delete the art for now, and I'm gonna lock this one. So the drop. I think for the drop, I want the clean drop, and then maybe big instrument hit. Like we can just have something like clap, or if you have melody, we can actually change it later on during the arrangement. But what I want something like a dark and deep, that driving. Like we have already everything here, right? But we need, I think, here is now horn, dark horn, like kind of with the drop maybe. And then I want like just big sound, big anything. And what I tend to do, like save the sound that I make when I make them. I'm gonna go to, I remember like a couple of weeks ago, I had something there, melodies, big lead. It takes a bit. Okay, that was pretty dope. Let me see what else I have layered crazy from. Let me see this one as well. Anyway, I think this is really good actually. I may use this one. Let's try it. Let's look what we have. This felt a little bit more advanced, so we will go through first the sound if I like it. Let's see if it sounds, if we had the horn first, then maybe right here. Let's try the layers. Okay. Should come here. And then we have answer here, right? We can have maybe vocals actually, kind of either robot vocals, or we can ask some of the vocalists to give us some vocals. But because I know it's very popular, and I think it will stay a bit popular as well after this masterclass, this kind of robot type of sounds, we can make some. Okay, let's take a look at here. This is off. Let me delete anything unnecessary. Delete it off. Pigments. Okay, this is from the Stone Stabs. Most likely from my 5 series. Alright, Obsidian Pack. This is for the techno actually. That's the reason it's pretty hard. And yeah, probably I change it because if I save it there, that means that it's not original, that I change. Let's see the function. Okay, this must be the rhythm. Let me see. Let's just loop here. Yeah, it is definitely the rhythm, right? This one. Going the direction. Exactly. Is it going for the distortion as well? It's a bit playing FX mode 1. Yeah, distortion making it like this right? There's tons of effect on it. The one thing if you want to go for, this is really critical. If you want to go for a very rich distortion sound like that, it's really important to have resonant sounds in it. Because distortion tonality will be really driven by those resonances. As you see, I have a format filter. See how much the tonality changes. If you want to distort something, don't go for sawtooth. Don't go for even square wave. The main problem is those waveforms have a lot of already harmonics in it. And when you distort it, it also adds a lot of harmonics. The problem is, of course, when you have too many harmonics, even you distort and add new harmonics, it's really hard to see or hear because it just gets this mush of a sound and you really don't hear any character out of it. It just becomes like this almost unbearable sound that you would ever have. But if you get something a bit like a sine, like a bit simpler, when you distort it, you will get much more interesting sounds depending on the distortion that you are using. That also means that you can actually have different type of distortions, and each type of distortion will sound different because each type of distortion will have different harmonics added in to your sound. And there comes this kind of creative distortions, like I'm using here Thermal, good one. You can use like other fancy ones, like, or crazy ones, like Deviant Missions has another one. There are really billions. Arturia has a new one, I think, with a lot of modulation. So you get the idea. The main reason I'm using pigments over here is just this is cool because then I can draw things that I do, drive here first, and probably add something on top of that before that, I think I have one more function. Let's see. Yeah, you hear this tail? I think that is the function. Let me see. On the pitch, function 2, yeah, it stays and then goes up, right? And I think this is just that. Let's go engine to chorus. Yeah, chorus means that this guy over here, the pitch of the synth goes up, so it creates this. You see it's clipping. When you are distorting sound, distortion is clipping, and clip it doesn't matter really at all. One thing I can try here is already one. Let me see. What if we take on left and right and make it mono? It's a bit too aggressive. Sometimes I try this. You can try it right as well, because this sounds stereo. Sometimes the sounds get more aggressive if you put it in the mono. It's always an option. It's also actually mixed decision. You can decide on this way later during the track. For now, I think I will keep the stereo, and let's see what we hear. I most likely use just, yeah, exactly wild harmonics. It has kind of another kind of drum pad in it, and I don't think this is changing too much. You will be overwhelmed by all the things, right? There are like tone knob, then there's the stereo knob over here, width over here, and they have different stages. Like one stage is distorting all of that, and the first stage is distorting everything. Really, there is nothing complicated in it. This is just a multiband EQ, and then you apply only that band, that your distortion, and they have a couple of like different ways or functions that you can change the amount of drive or output or type of the distortion. There is nothing really too mythical about it. They just combine everything in one single plugin and made a lot of presets so that you can go around, and they have fancy interface. Of course, more important, it's a good distortion. It sounds good, right? Let's say with how much it adds up without. This is really cool example, because like the original sound itself a bit loud. Let me pull it down. Very warm. So I'm actually feeding a really nice sound already in thermal. That's the reason that we are probably getting this really cool sound out of it. So we are not overwhelmed by those super high frequencies, because you also see heat. I'm cutting a bit more. There's another like a kind of, let's say, pro trick. When you're feeding in stuff in a distortion, another problem is the aliasing. And aliasing becomes more and more obvious the higher the frequency goes, because after 20K, everything goes after that will be reflected back into the sound, and that creates this kind of weird harmonic. So if you cut a bit the highs before you send it into any distortion that you have, it can help you with the aliasing with your sound, and it will also warm up the sound. Okay, too much explaining, but again, this is the masterclass. You can always just walk through. I want to really make everything super clean for you, right? Let's listen one more time. Let me see how everything sounds. And then robot talk here. We will come back to that. Okay, let's put some dark kind of horn. I'm gonna go first take a look at my sample packs. I have this Garn Techno Stabs and Horns, and there, I'm pretty sure we have horn. This could be a bit too big time techno, is too bright. I want to have something a bit deeper. This is kind of cool. Okay, I think they are super cool, but I may do it myself. I'm gonna put it here. A fun, good pigments. Why I'm going pigments? Because I have too much option there. I can shape the sound, and I have analog emulate filters, which makes it easier to get this darker, warmer sound. Plus, I have my packs there. Fresh packs. I think I should have. Let me see this one. Needs with Cassian. I think this is something dark. Too long. Let's fix that. Let's listen. Or just close this up. Maybe a bit too dark. Maybe a bit extra soft. Thing is, this one putting up too much. see without that sample layer. A bit tighter stereo. Okay, the horn is cool. Let's call it with the name. I always do this. I always have like caps lock and then it becomes completely other way I want it. Horn should be, let me see. Let's put it like this color, assign the color to D. Maybe shorter here. Let me see how it. And then let me tighten the kick as well to see just with the group. Simplest way. Chain, our kick should be somewhere here, yeah. I'm almost, okay, the problem here. Okay, I see the problem. Because this our lead is kind of a horn, and having a horn and then a lead afterwards, especially if we are thinking of answering afterwards, I think it could be a bit issue. It is maybe too same. I will rather probably go answer something here. And then I want blah blah blah. Yeah, I think it's the good idea. Like have another lead here, another fancy sound almost, I don't know what, and then have the answer here. And then, of course, not that cheesy, right? I'm not gonna do something that cheesy. I'm thinking like vocals of that type. You need some type of loop cloud. I think may have. They have some this kind. Sometimes old school robot. Should we do from scratch? Let me see what we have. Melodic techno. Okay, that was only one. That is not robot.
Mechanism.
Okay, maybe robot is not. If we go to vocals, there should be a vocal option. Yes, vocal. There is a spoken one. There is a robot option here. Okay, this thing goes way too.
Dancing, raving, mispa, haven.
That could have worked.
But he's talking about
This one will right up your soul.
Réduisez les spots.
Yo Tiger Kung Fu.
10 toes on an up block.
Here I am.
Put.
Here I am.
Put.
16. Here's where I knew officers
Necessarily, I would rather
To know
prefer actually clean.
yourself. To know yourself.
New eyes, new vision for the world.
Influencers.
You played a god.
All one nation under.
Fortitude run.
You'll be shaking all night.
Modern civilization could, by the
Why are we Americans?
Control cells.
Take your time. Take your time. Take your time.
It's too housey.
perfect.
testing.
Momba. 100. Never get it.
Trust your instinct.
Androids and lasers. Humanoids and electric sheep.
Okay, I'm gonna just use this one.
Prototypes and lost
Give me-
solar system. Androids and lasers.
What we can do, put it here, and I'm gonna go there. This pack probably have more of these. AI vocals confessions.
Androids and lasers. Body
body, body, body.
Underwater prophecies pointing.
I need clean. That was a horrible.
Translation. Psychology versus neurology.
Okay, let's get this one as well.
Machine.
For now, I'm just putting everything here.
Don't let the machines win. Don't
No,
let us
never.
in.
We're losing control.
Give me the information I need to proceed. Let me look at the data
Give me.
and give me the information.
I know. I'm just picking up
A
random stuff.
growing empire. 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 A
Okay, here we
growing
have
empire.
Already a
Empire.
wardrobe.
Growing empire.
We're gonna grow the empire to drop. I think this is a good part. Empire. You get the idea. I'm sure you understand what I mean.